Okay, hi guys. I just did like an intro, but like it was like super long and like over explanatory and everything. So I'm just gonna try to jump into it. Basically, I haven't been on YouTube in a while, and I miss being on YouTube. So I'm gonna just give you guys a life update on everything that happened while I was gone. I was in my grandma's apartment the last time that we spoke, but now I am in my own apartment. Yeah. 17, moved into her first apartment. Period. No. But so that happened, and I was very grateful for the situation because, as y'all know, well, as y'all don't know, after I had left my grandma's house, she lived in a senior citizen building, so I could only stay at her home for so long without them raising the rent on her. So basically, I ended up staying in a Motel 6 for a couple of months with me and my brother, and it was just us. And I stay in Ohio. I live in Dayton, Ohio, so that specific Motel 6 was like really known for like sex trafficking and everything. So I was mad paranoid every time I was over there, and I was like, there was this really weird, sketchy ass dude who like stayed in the motel right next door to my motel, and I kept hearing like sex noises or whatever, or those noises or whatever, and like it didn't sound like consensual. It didn't make me feel very comfortable, and I'm like, and I keep saying something to my brother, and he like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't hear what you're talking about. Mind your business. I can't hear what you're talking about. So I'm steady like, nah, this shit, nah, this is weird. So basically, i'm just I just pay attention to shit, like little shit, as I'm coming back and forth from work. I worked at the Taco Bell on I work at Taco Bell basically, and so I was going back and forth to work from the Motel 6 to my job, and the hours that I worked was kind of funny. Like some of the times I would close the store and I would be there from like 8 to close, which is like 3 o'clock in the morning, or I would either be there from 4 to 10. So regardless, when I got off work, it was pitch black dark. So I went so one day, my best friend Destiny, she's been going through a similar situation to mine for a long time. Her father have not been on the best of terms. Her and her mother have not been on the best of terms. So basically, things have just been kind of weird. She would come over there to stay at the motel with me and my brother, and we would just chop it up. So when she would go to leave, I remember, I think it was one night, like she went to leave, and it was the shady ass man that I was talking about that was staying right next door to me. Like it was a whole group of them, plus the man who worked at the motel, who had been previously following me the fuck around. Like anytime I left my hotel room, like I'm telling you, this nigga was like on my ass. So basically, he wouldn't really do that when his wife would come around, because him and his wife did housekeeping, and my brother made it real like evident that they could not come inside the motel. Like the only time we let them come in there was like on Sundays when we needed to clean, because there would be some days when my brother wouldn't be in the motel because he was in the hospital. My brother had sickle cell, so he would have to leave the whole motel and go to the hospital, and I would be at the motel by myself. So that's even more dangerous situation. So when I'm trying to tell my mom about this, and she's basically telling me that I'm paranoid, like that I'm crazy. But then that one night, my best friend goes out there and she's like, "Yeah, I'm about to catch the bus to go to my friend's house." And I'm like, "All right, bet." So it's like 10 o'clock at night, and there's a group of men just standing out there around the little corner. And she walk out there, and I'll watch her walk out, and the man in the orange shirt is the man who works there. I'ma just refer to him as the man in the orange shirt because I remember him looking like a motherfucking highlighter walking around that motel for 3 days fucking straight. But so basically, the highlighter man follows my best friend the opposite direction. I'm like, hell nah. So I go outside the hotel room. I put the thing in front of the door so the door don't lock. And I walk out there. I'm like, nah, Destiny, you not leaving until in the morning. These motherfuckers is bugging out here. I told you they was being weird. So my best friend comes back in the motel, and she stayed the night there. Okay, so the next morning, the wife usually does like the hotel's like housekeeping thing. He basically just comes around when there's somebody causing a hassle who either don't want to let them in the room, or like they don't want to let them check something. Basically, he just around for like moral support, just in case they try and give her any bullshit. That that the next day he was in my face, like at my door. Like the woman was doing all the other ones. Why did you come to me? Why did you come to my door? And my brother had been in the hospital at this time, so he asking me like, he trying to look in the room like, you need towels, you need dish. No, I don't need nothing. I'm fine. Leave me alone. Like I wasn't on none of that. So long story short, basically like little sketchy stuff was happening, but I had to like. And there was another thing I forgot. Basically, there was always men coming from like 3 and 4 stories up. Like these men didn't stay here. They did not stay at the motel. I was staying there for a month straight. These men, so we had made friends all around the motel. We had a whole gang of friends that we all hung out with every single day. These men did not stay here, but they would come back like every week, and every single time they come back, they like fixing their clothes and like putting themselves back together, walking out the motel and shit. So I'm like, bruh, this is sketchy. This is shady as fuck. But then like I just had to come to terms like, you can't really do anything. Like I understand like you can say something to certain people and like and plus I already tried to say something to my mother. I said something to somebody who I felt like could do something, or but she couldn't keep me safe. Like I was in that motel because she chose not to keep me safe and keep me in a stable home. The thing about the whole situation is, what the fuck? Like what the fuck was I supposed to do? Like my whole brain was like fucked up. Like I'm like, I don't want to leave here and I just got this on my conscience. Like what if something happened at this motel next week and I'm like, I was just there, I could have seen or said something, but I have to keep myself safe first. I can't help nobody if I'm not safe first. If I put myself in danger, because there was times where I was putting myself in danger trying to get information, or at least just put myself in risky situations to get information, and I was just like, nah, this ain't the way. Because one of my friends that stayed at the motel actually had ended up getting beat up. He had ended up getting jumped or something, and that was the closest person in that motel currently to my brother. Like they was together every day. So I can't lie, that dude was getting him into some bullshit, but he was a good dude. He was a person who took care of people who took care of him. He was a nurturing ass person. He just went about it all the wrong ways. And his mother was going through a lot of mental issues, and she was an amazing person too, but you know, she was mentally ill and she could only help them so much. So yeah, that situation when I was staying in a motel. Trust me, I got plenty of other stories about that. It was weird to say the least, but it built character, and I can't say that I would trade it for anything else because I had so much fun. I learned so many things and met so many different people. It was amazing. But I also met a lot of people that I know to stay away from now. So yeah. I'm trying to do better, you know, leaving the past in the past and staying here, but you know, I like telling my stories. So, and I'm a keeper of memories. So if this is the only way that is healthy for me to keep my memories, then I guess I'll be doing story times. Because I can't reminisce about my memories. I need to live in the now and create new ones and do all that junk. Or just be. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Goodbye. Bye. I'll talk to you guys next time. I'll try and do this a little bit more often. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you. You have a nice life. Or like we'll probably see each other hopefully again before your life ends. So, you know, have a nice day.